Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Mole Trap here coming at you. This is Game 5 of Group A of the OSL round of 16, Korean Air OSL. This intro is so hardcore, like, just having them walk around in these suits and stuff around the airport. The music is pretty sweet, too. Anyway. What was I saying? Yes, this is Game 5. I gotta apologize right off the bat here that I didn't get around to the OSL round of 16 Game 4s. Games 4? Games 4? Yeah, I think it's Games 4. Anyway. Yeah, I didn't have time this last week, and I was planning on getting back to them, but it just didn't happen. And so Game 5s are out, so I'm like, well, I can either go back and do those like a week late, or I can just skip it. So I decided to just skip it. I actually asked an IRC, and one person was there and answered, yeah, just skip them and go on to what's new. I'm like, okay. Sounds good. So I'm doing the new games instead. I've been a little bit busy lately because I've been playing the StarCraft new beta. That's right. I've been playing some beta action. It's been hilarious. I'm really excited for the beta. I might do some videos, some SC2 beta videos soon. I'm not sure. Anyway. But yeah, it's awesome game. I finally was able to play it on, I have a Mac, obviously, as a lot of, well, not obviously, but a lot of you know that already. So I haven't been able to install the beta client on my computer because I don't have Windows and they only have the Windows beta client. They're supposed to be coming out with the Mac beta client sometime this month though, supposedly. So this is Flash versus Cal, by the way, in case you didn't realize that. Cal on the left, Flash on the right. So anyway, and I was thinking of putting Boot Camp and installing Windows on my computer also, but then I was like, I don't know if I want to bother because I know that as soon as I spent all the time, like, getting everything put together and getting all the partitions set up and all that stuff and installing Windows and all that crap, as soon as I was finally finished with all that, I was sure that the Mac beta client would come out like the next day, and I'd be like, damn it, I did all that for nothing. So what I did though is Mr. Smiley, aka Matt of Matt and Steve SC, is my neighbor, and so I go over there and do some casts with him sometimes at his house. So anyways, he's got a really cool computer, and so he let me install it on there. And so I've been playing at his house for the last couple days. I've been just mass gaming it up. Well, not mass gaming, but yeah, I guess in 2 days I played 40 games or something like that. I guess that's a lot of games. Matt got to play some as well. I was like, dude, we should switch games off, and he's like, no, that's alright. So I'm like, okay, I'll just keep gaming then. But he played some games too. It's a really fun game. I'm really looking forward to this stuff. It's really cool. Unfortunately, and I was been saying, by the way, Flash is in the bottom right-hand corner. He's the blue Terran, of course. Cal is in the top left-hand corner. Got a lot of stuff I want to say. So I apologize that I keep going on and on, but obviously there's not too much going on right now. It's funny because half the time people are like, "Oh my God, Moltrap, you should need to stop talking so much about random crap and talk more about the game," and then half the time people are like, "Oh my God, Moltrap, I love when you talk about random crap but not about the game." So yeah. Anyway, so I can't really please everyone all the time. I apologize. So I just try and I am trying. Actually, sometimes I get caught up in my ramblings and then I miss stuff in the game. So I'm gonna try and pay more attention to the early game stuff. Sometimes because there's so little going on in the early game sometimes that it's like there's no point just talking about it. Because okay, one Rax, he's got a barracks. Ooh, big deal. But then I get so caught up sometimes in that mentality that I forget to go back and anyway, what was I getting at? Yes, so we got Cal here versus Flash, and this is gonna be a very interesting game. This is a crucial game right now because Cal is in a very strong position. He is at 2-0 in the group. He's beaten Hiva and he's beaten Quanro. Flash is all that's left. Now Flash, on the other hand, he's the guy that you would expect to be in a 2-0 position, but he's actually 1-1 right now. He beat Quanro, but he lost to Hiva of all people. So Flash, this is a super important game for Flash right now, because if he loses this game, then he will be basically tied with Quanro, I believe. Let me double check that real quick. But if he loses the game, he'll be 1-2, which means I don't think he'll be advancing. Let's see, Quanro. Yeah, Quanro lost to Cal and lost to Flash. So actually, Quanro's 0-2, so it might be Hiva. Let me check Hiva's stats here. Cal going for a quick rover, by the way. Nothing too interesting going on so far. Just pretty normal stuff here. Going for early factory. He's got that barrack set up next to his depot so that he can micro marines around if there was some kind of an early zealot rush or what have you. Anyway, let's check out what Hiva's been up to, just to double check on that. Real StarCraft games live. What was that? I missed the sign. Dang it. I can't go back though. Let's see here. Yes, Hiva beat Flash and lost to Cal. So Hiva's also 1-1. So, and oh yeah, Hiva hasn't played his last game yet, I guess. So there is that. So anyway, point being, Flash basically needs to win this game to secure his position going into the next. Going into to finishing. And then if Hiva beats Quanro, then he'll be 2-1 also, and then there'll be a three-way tie between three people being 2-1 and Quanro being 0-3. But if Quanro beats Hiva, then Flash would then advance with Cal. So it's kind of an interesting situation there. Anyway, what was I trying to say? Yes, oh yes, beta. So the beta is awesome. That was my point, I guess. This is a very important game in the OSL. And I also wanted to mention, by the way, that Mr. Smiley, Matt and Steve, SC's Matt, he does not actually have beta of his own. And some people, right after Diggity gave me his friend beta key, like a few other people offered me theirs, and that was really, really cool, by the way. That a few people were like, oh hey, I'll give you my beta key so you can like do StarCraft 2 games. That was awesome. If anyone does have an extra beta key still, there's a couple things I was going to say. First of all, yeah, if you want to give it to Matt so that he can actually play beta as well and we can do more beta games like that, that would be sweet. I would love to be able to repay him for him letting me play beta on his computer. But alternatively, you know, obviously I know people that are going to want beta keys, you know, like some of the pro US players or whatever, but if you want to do like a contest or something, and you want to be like, yeah, I want to do a contest and I want to give my beta key to whoever comes up with the best, I don't know, StarCraft 2 fan fiction, or I don't know, something like that, or whatever you want to do. Some guy on Team Liquid did this epic math problem. Well, it was epic for me, but some guy solved it pretty quickly. But some guy did a math problem, and whoever came up with the solution the fastest got his key. So if you guys want to run a contest, then let me know, and we'll see if we can hook something up. And then the other possibility is that we do tournaments. We're doing StarCraft tournaments on sc2gg.com every week, little mini tournaments. So if you want to put one of those up as like, you want to put up your key as like the prize for a StarCraft tournament, then we could do that. So, and you would of course get recognition for any of the above mentioned nice things that you would want to do with your keys. So just thought I'd put that out there. Flash doing his usual thing here. Again, I have been paying attention to this game. I've been ready to jump on top of it if anything interesting was happening. But both players are just kind of turtled and just trying to keep the other guy from spotting what they're doing. And Cal has gotten some observers in Flash's base, so he kind of knows what's going on. Flash tried to get an SCV scout in there, but it got totally shut down. I don't think Flash he may know that Cal has an expansion, but he didn't actually, I don't think his SCV actually got into a position where he could get sight of that expansion, so he doesn't actually know. And he's a little bit worried right now about Reaver harass. You can see he's got his Marines behind his natural expansion mineral lines so that he could stop Reavers there. He's got turrets all over the place. So he's really worried about Reaver House that's not going to come now because Cal has just gone observers into expansion, and Flash is even, I think he's feeling a lack of pressure, so he's going to try and expand as well to the sort of 5 o'clock position is what it looks like. He's going to float it over there. And that's basically, that's how Flash plays a lot of the time in almost every matchup nowadays is, well, almost every matchup, in every matchup, sometimes in Zerg as well, is he'll just expand like crazy. I mean, that's why he's so good at TVT, is because he just expands and expands and expands like crazy and ends up with just a huge